We're now going to go to our game design stuff. So here we go. Let me go into our design room. Let me make sure that it's set up. Do we have the design room set up? We should have the other window up. That's the one we should have up. So let me turn that one there off. Okay. Alrighty then. Here we go. We're in the know. Let's go work on our game design. So one of the things I did yesterday was I took all the past game design videos that we did and converted them and put them up on YouTube as separate. So there's now a game dev playlist in our on our YouTube channel that you can go back and watch everything we've done up until this point. And as I'm looking at it, I realize, we've only spent about 16 hours on this whole thing, so it's not too bad. I think we're doing some pretty good time, but we will see how it goes. So one of the things I was thinking about was I was working on, or I was listening to what you guys were talking about yesterday, and one of the things that someone mentioned is if this is a 2D game, how can you walk in through the top of a building? Because how do you know there's a door there? So I started thinking about that, and here's what I came up with. So let's pull our game dev screen up. So here's what I was thinking of. Let me pull this over here so it's on my left side because it's easier for me to work from my left side to my right. And let me make that bigger. Boop, boop. Okay. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about a couple things. There's a few things that we need to work out. Number one was, how do we show you can walk into the top of a building in a 2D game? Because you can walk behind most things, but how do you do that? So what I came up with was this, is if we have our teleporter there, but we have an indent in the art. And what I mean by the indent in the art, I'll show you in a second here. So because we had just been using these objects as buildings. So I built a second tile set layer to put our buildings on. So here's what I do is I invented a door that has an indent. So if we go to the instance and we take this object and move this object away, we still have the same thing, but it's background art, and we have an indent now in this. So if I turn off our collision, like if I move our collision, there's an indent there that shows that there's an opening at the top of the door. So I thought that would be better than what we were doing, which is just putting a thing there. Then I thought, okay, well, this led me to think of an idea as, okay, well, we can do that and remove these objects. So if we take this object and delete it, it doesn't matter anymore because it was just a placeholder for this building. So every building that we've done, we can do this with, and then it will also tell us which buildings are done. So I went ahead and basically blocked out the buildings that we'd already done and set up the doors in them in this way so that we would know which buildings were done. Just to clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit more. But it solves the problem that was suggested, is that you can't walk in through the top of a building in a 2D game. Well, no, you can, because there'll be a visible indent in the building there that you can walk into. And I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, maybe open doors. There's a lot of different things, but from a blocking standpoint, I think this was a good medium. I also learned about I didn't realize that you could have multiple tile sets on the same map. Like I said, I've only been working with this thing for a couple hours a day for 8 days now. So there's going to be a lot of things I learn and move along. But now we have a very clear idea as to what we still have to build. So that's kind of cool. And we will need to program all those, and we can program them as we go. But we can set this up this way. This actually works out really, really good for me, and all we can do is, like, it also helps with the artwork, because all we have to do is build the like whatever the roof looks like on them, and that could be good, because then we can go into them and do all that. But back to this point here, and let me see if you can see it up there. Yeah, you can. So if we go up here, we can have multiple tile sets now, which I did not know about. So we can put all of our buildings on one tile set. It also makes it to where if we put our instance between them, we can also have multiple instances. And what I was thinking about that was, if we put, say, or even let's do this with a tile set. So I had originally, with the tile set that we made, let's see why this is not opening the way it should. Okay. I have lost a window. Where is the window? Go back here. Oh, my little window is gone. Hello? Window, I'm calling you. Okay. Open up, rooms. Window, asset browser. That's the one I want? Nope, that's not what I want. But this is what I want. Okay, so I was thinking about that when we're making our tile sets. So if we make our tile sets and we do all this stuff, if we want something like on the edge of something, like if we're on the edge of the, we'll go over here to the water. So if we're on the edge of the water, because we're using the second tile set, we can take something with a transparency and put it like halfway between things, like that. So we can put objects over, like, to do all kinds of things. We can put objects over curves and stuff like that to clean up those curves, so it doesn't look like there's a meandering river or something else. Or what the thing I thought about, and I didn't make it because I wasn't thinking about it, but we could do things like stones. We could make a couple stones on a transparency and put the stones along the river, or even in the river, to make blockages and things like that. So if we had a situation down here where our lake is being formed, we could take some stones and put them here, so it looks like it's why the lake formed is because it's blocked by something. And this is just a test thing. So you can see where that would slow the water down, which causes the lake to form, and blah, 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 blah. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was something that I was looking at yesterday. Warcraft 1 art. You could probably use Warcraft 1 art. WYD. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. So I would be more than happy to answer your question if I knew what you were talking about. I don't know what WYD. Always remember the Lewis Black joke where he wanted to wall between the US and Canada, so they kept their cold air. Wall wouldn't help. Unless it was so high, it would be crazy. What you doing? Okay, we are, this is our game dev section of our program. And what we're doing is we went through, let me do a quick rundown for newbies, noob stuff for the noobs. We had started about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, to do a basic game design. Oh, wow, I turned the date off. Turn that one off. We started a couple weeks ago doing a basic block out for a game. And now we're building that game. So we're building it in Game Maker Studio. And we've only been building actually in Game Maker for since last Monday, I think it is. If you go to YouTube, I have put up all the videos up until yesterday. of what we're doing, but originally came out of an idea that someone asked, if you were to start working on a game today, what would you do? So I said I would get a piece of paper and a pencil and start doing stuff. Then I said, okay, I would use the programs available to me. So in this particular case, we used Miro, and we built our little forest, we built our city, and we built our mine. And then we went and used basically D&D map generators to build all the mine shafts and all that stuff, just so we would have some beginning ideas for that. So we have our 16 levels of mine over there. We also did all of the so a lot of design stuff, a lot of just writing stuff. We did our temple or our crypt for our characters' ancestors and all the things that you learn from them. So yeah, so we were putting a lot of stuff together. We also have our farmlands and railroads and all that stuff. So all we're doing is building that out now, blocking it out. I wouldn't say building it out. We're blocking it out to make it something. So if we go back to Game Maker, we have several things. We have the ability to zoom out. Okay, let's move this. So this is our town. These are the buildings that we've already built, which means that we've already made them. So this is our bakery. This is our butchers. This is our boarding house, etc., etc. So it's all cool stuff. And we've put this whole thing together in about a week and a half. And this is our grocery store. This is our stable. It's not perfect, but it's not supposed to be, because all we're doing is we're blocking out. If we go back to the beginning here, we have where we start, and that's our character right now. He's just a little orange glob, and then he comes out into the forest, and then can walk around the forest. Turn that back on. Yeah. Okay, so I did the same thing over here, because now, because we've built the top of Granddad's house, we can technically I don't want to be on tile sets. I want to be on instance. Thank you. We can technically take that off now, because we know the house is there now, and we can save that that memory piece. So we have Granddad's house. Nice. And we can also, I did put the tile set on a separate tile set so we can turn it on and off, which means we can put all of our houses and stuff on a separate tile set. So our background can be completely separate. That could work to our advantage, because then we can set it up to where he can go behind things sometimes that he normally wouldn't be able to. But then like I was saying, we put our forest together. And if we go out here, then that leads us to our village. And this is our village right now. So we're building out the village. When it comes to doors on the top side of houses, the three most common ways of making them accessible is 1, through the road. Yeah, because the roads do go there. 2, by putting a indicator such as a mailbox. 3, the Diablo style, where the roof would fade out and you'd see I don't really want to do the fading out thing. I really like the idea of just walking into it and then going into it. So like if we were here in the oh wow, my brain went blank. In the blacksmith, because we walk in and we come in through the top, do all the blacksmith stuff, come in through the side. I just wanted a visual indication that there was a door there, and I thought putting a small dent in the top there was a pretty good just blocking out sign that there's a door there. So as we were moving along, we need to build a clothing shop, which goes right here. So let's get this done. And yes, I am still working on trying to get the build to work with OBS. I'm having a hell of a time doing that. I keep finding videos of people that have similar problems, but not like this. So it's becoming very frustrating in regards to that. So let's, okay, we need to build a new thingy. Let's get the new thingy done. Okay, a room. We need to make a room. It is in the village. Create a room. Some RM. And we're working on tailors, the tailor. Tailor. We do all of our settings. Let me pull our settings up. Okay. This one doesn't have to be that big. We can probably do 200 by 200. And I was also thinking that most of our rooms are way too big, so I will probably go back and shrink them later. But right now we're just gonna enable viewports. Make this visible. And this is going to be, come on. This is going to be 288 by 216. This is 864 by 648. We're going to follow our main character. This would be 144 by 108. We'll take a look at it and see if it's correct. I think we're okay. Yeah, so the screen, well, let's go ahead and make it as big as screen left to right. Width, we'll say 300. That way, at least it's filling up our camera. Okay, so we got our basics. We need to go up here and make this 16 by 16. Okay, so our room is all set up. We can stop building it. And now this is the tailor. So in a tailor's, we're going to use, let's put our tile set in. We're going to set the tile set to the tile set that we're using, which is this one. And we're going to, first we're going to paint. Let's do this. Let's just do a fill. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. And then throw some walls around the outside. We're going to do a pencil. Okay. Then we need our pencil to put our door in. How big was our door on the village? 1, 2, oh, sorry, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. One, two. So that's the size of our door. We're going to put some clothing racks in here. You can use these as clothing racks. That'd be cool. Look at our stuff. Look, clothing racks. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're going to make sewing rooms. There's sewing tables. Grandma likes to come by and sew sometimes, so we let her sew. We'll leave 2 between. Ah, that's enough. That'll be plenty of them. And Interesting. We have the wrong tile set. Our chairs have disappeared. Where are our chairs? Let me reload the tile set. I think we put the wrong one in. Interesting. We want this one here. Yes, that is the correct one. Where did this one come from? That's pretty odd. It's missing a few things. Like our chairs have disappeared. Oh, because our chairs are not. Oh. Hi, my name's New. Our chairs are objects. Our chairs are not. Move this over here so I can see chat. You are in ads. Am I in ads? Oh, I was in ads and didn't know it. Sorry, guys. Doop doop boop. We're going through objects. Throw some chairs in here. Cancel. We need to be on the instance for chairs. They need to be above the background. Throw some chairs in here so people can work. Let's make them uniform right now. I will need to go back and load the correct thing. Also put these tables in just so we have instead of the drawn ones. And then chairs for people to sit in while they're waiting for their stuff to be made. Oops, that's too close. Go back to this, which we're going to have to change. Why did I grab the wrong one? It's still the wrong one because it's missing some things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it later. If I know what I did wrong. I did something wrong. Move these now that we put chairs in. Okay then. Back to there. Move this out one. Cool beans. Lots of people sewing. Okay, so basically that is our tailors. A couple more of these down just to have them. There, so those are clothing racks, a couple chairs, some places for people sewing, etc., etc. Just so we know what it is. Now we need to go back to objects and grab our wall block. Oh, doesn't go on the tile set. Goes on the instance. But what we'll do is we'll create a second instance. And then put our collision on the collision and other items on the second instance. Come on. Oh, turn that back on. Didn't have it on 16. Okay, now it should work. Oakley dokley. Going to turn this off. Move this to half and half. Close enough. Cool. All right. That should be finished. Okay. no worries. I need to keep an eye on that counter. It's basically, let me put it down here so I can see the counter. I can still see you guys talking. Yeah, we're still in the blocking stage, so there's a lot of things that we will address later. I just got thinking about the doors last night, and I don't know why. It just was one of those things where I'm like, okay, well, I wanna know. We have our object wall, so go ahead and paint him in here. Oh, I'll put our grid back on. Building the object wall. So I'm hoping by Monday to have the ability to do the build and have it work on OBS. I still don't know why it's not. I have yet to figure out what the problem seems to be, but it does lock up OBS, which makes it very difficult to stream at the same time. But we will get there. So yeah, so people can come in and sew. They can also buy things off the racks. We'll have we do need a shopkeeper, so let's put her in here, and we'll put a guy back here hiding in the racks. I don't know. We'll just throw some random people in the shop. So there we go. We got some random peoples, and for the most part, our tailor shop is done. We have done a good job. Let's see. We can now turn off that. Okay, we need to take them guys out. Let's take these guys out and put them back in I put them on the wrong instance. So let's take them out and then put them back on the regular instance. Doesn't really matter where they go. They're just paper filler for now. Cool. So we got people wandering around the racks looking at things. This guy brought his wife. Okay. So cool. Let's go back to our village. Let's grab this and bring it all the way down here to where our village is. And then go back to the village, say, okay. Turn our grid on. Go back to that with no. Back to the instance, we need this number here. I do have my book today, so I can write it in the book, in my book. So apparently I left my notebook upstairs yesterday and couldn't go get it during the show. But, okay. Taylor, we want him to, when he comes out, we want him to be at 671 1087. Fill that out. And then when he's in, the number is 79 by 30. Okay. So let's go and get this guy set up. Let's grab, need to grab something from here. Grab the code from there. Go back to our tailors, and we're going to open this one up and copy our code into that. Oh. That, and then that, put our correct coordinates in. Where are we at? 12 minutes, okay. So the outside, we want him to appear at 671 by 1187 in the village, facing up. Yes, so pointing up. So that is correct. We can now save that. We'll go back to the village. We put a new one. We need our warp here. That. Open them up. There. And we want them to be at 79 by 30. And he will be going to the tailor shop. And he will be looking down. Okay. That one's all set. Okay, so now we do the new thing that we were just talking about. Because we now have the correct coordinates, which are, right? Yep. 671. Yeah, okay. Now we can go in with our new tile set and say, okay, we need to block it out in the brown color. We have all the sizes. I'm just drawing it on because it's silly. I could use the fill tool, absolutely, but it's just silly. So block that out. We're going to make, go to our regular tile set, which is underneath. Let's turn this one off for a second. And do this as the lighter brown. Put our upper tile set back on. Then we'll take these and make our indents. And then it also gives us a guide to move this guy. Turn the grid off. Go to the instance, top instance. Grab this. We put it on the wrong one. That's okay. Pull this down into there. Perfect. Good. Now we go back. And we can pick our item here, which was our overlay, and take that out. And we know that that room is done. So, yeah. We only got a few more rooms to do here, but that's cool. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. Not yourself, or are you just admiring? Ah. I like the seating arrangements. Cool. I wish I could see the stream under the zombie since I don't see ads. The stream under the zombie. Ads could be finished. Okay. No worries. Dev can be very fierce and narrowing. Yep. Stay in the zone. No problem. Okay. We like seating arrangement here. Pokes brain. Share knowledge. I got a degree at it, but I haven't exactly published anything. But if you want theory, I can give you all of it. Are you doing anything yourself, or are you just admiring your... Okay, that's not to me. I have an associate in game design and development. Yeah, I never went to school for any of this stuff. It was just, we just got in and did it. You put up an overlay with the kitty on the couch. I'd rather see what I am seeing now with the zombie on top, so we can still see what is going on even if we are paused. I don't think it'll allow that. I tried that once before and it didn't do that. But if you are in Steam, I believe it does. Above chat, there is a window that comes up, if I understand that correctly. Above the chat, whenever we go into an ad and people don't have ads, is if you look above the chat, I think it shows up there. Please, someone out there, correct me if I'm wrong. So Yeah, I am not sure how the whole integration works with OBS and Twitch to trigger things. Yeah, I mean, I can try to. No, because it'd have to be a whole scene. Can you put a whole scene behind the zombie? Or can I just pop the zombie up in front of us? Yeah, I'll have to look at how we're doing the ads, and then I will let you know whether it's something I could just throw a zombie up in a corner or something while we're working on things. We will see. I am not sure of the answer you're talking about. I just got the plugins to make the zombie stuff work, so we'll see about fixing that. We will see about fixing it. I'm new to all this stuff, so I'm gonna screw it up. Nothing personal, just me figuring things out. Back to that. The next one is the barber. Okay, so now we build the barber. Back here, go to rooms. I was trying to think of a way to speed things along here. So there may be some stuff that I do starting soon that's not seen by you guys, but I will cover it. One of it was like similar to what I just did here, where we showed the overlays and doing how we're going to do doors and things like that. So barber, we don't have a barber, the barber yet. That's what we're building. Back over here. I really like the 300 by 200 size for shops. We'll go ahead and do that. That's visible. Enable viewports. Port. Sorry, I think that was 864. Where's my? That's 864 46648. And then 86 by 6. Okay, wait a minute. That visible. 288 by 216 should be right. And 648. 864 48 144 108. Get our sprite. And we should be, yeah, we should be good. Use this to 16. Okay, should be good. Same kind of thing as before. This is our this is our this is our barber shop. So, what do you need a barber shop? You need ground for one. We're going to need to throw a tile set in here. Need to add a tile set. I'll have to go back and figure out why some things are missing from our tile set, but that's okay. We'll get those fixed. Okay, so now we can go here, we can go to tile set. Then we can have, so we'll have to build stations. Because they don't just do men's hair, they do women's hair too. So let's build some stations. That way they have their little tables. We can also kind of do it doubled up like this. So they have It looks like there's mirrors there or something. For the countertops, it's just mock-ups, so it doesn't much matter, but you get the general idea here. And we need some extra tiles out. Let's put our instance on top. Actually, let's make them. Well, 3 wide will be too big. So we're going to put our wall in. I think I jumped the gun on that because our wall is going to need to be. Yeah. We have 4 stations. You come in, you wait. Oops. I hate when I do that. Okay. For that, we'll put some chairs in front of them here in a minute. We'll need a sitting area. The table. Oops. Put a table here. One over here. Put some chairs around it. Okay, yeah. Some objects, which means our chairs. Okay, cancel. Sorry, I'm not on the instance. I got it. I'm not worried about centering these right now, but we get the gist. So 4 people at a time can get their hair done. Everybody else can sit around and wait. Yeah. Let's go back to here. It's 1, 2. Okay. Tile set. There for now. Need to second tile set for that. We want to put that in the order. Come on, brain. So we're good there. Come back here. We need to go back to the instant. Add another instant. And then that will be our walls. It says I'm trying, but you didn't put everything in 16 by 16. Okay. It's just the cold reality is even when you're doing a mock-up, it's still time consuming. But there will be good stuff coming, honest. So there we go. We got our walls. We got that. We kept our footprint low on this. Turn the walls on and off. Instances on and off, which is all that stuff. Okay, that is good. That is our second tile set for that. Okay, we're all good. Let's get to our warp now. We'll put our warp on that set there. Yeah, that makes sense. Come in here. Turn the grid off. Okay. We don't have the number yet, but let's see if we still have this in memory. Okay, we have that in memory for now, so we'll keep that. We need to get the numbers for it though. But for the most part, our barber shop or tailor, what are we? Our barber is done. And let me guess, I'm in ads, aren't I? No, I just came out of ads because I just talked all the way through ads again. I need to add a sound to that. That's really getting obnoxious. Yeah, but I was thinking other things. Okay. Game Maker. Ads now. I am sorry, guys. I talked through ads again. I will add a sound to that. Let me know ads have started. Because I get carried away with this. I'm sorry. It sucks. But this is what we did. Time is it? Okay. So we have this one now. Let's go and build on this instance here. Oh, this tile set here is over. Supposed to be building on, yes. Let's block out our little thing so we know this is what we've done. Okay, we're going to put our little up doorway in up here. We need to go back to our original tile set and put the brown underneath right there so it's going through. And then add our instance of, oops. Okay, turn that off. We'll be going to the barber shop. Oh, because I used a capital B. Okay, where did we lose it? ARB. B. You'll be looking down. Hopefully that'll work, but we do need to get our numbers, so close this for a second. It's over here. Turn our grid back on. Our outdoor number from here. That is 911 1055. Get our indoor number inside, so back to this one. The lid's looking up, that is correct. That would be 143, 14, yeah, 143. by 30. We'll just put 30. Back. Okay. Save that. That is all saved. Save everything. Save. Then we go back to this instance. We grab this building here. We take that object out. Okay. I've been watching you as I work every day, and I can't tell you how much it helps me organize my thoughts and develop my game. Well, I'm glad because it's very hard for me to tell if things are going well with you guys or not when I'm doing this, because I get caught up in what I'm doing, and it's it seems I realize that thinks it seems real silly right now, but here's what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is fill time while I try to figure out why the build will not work with OBS. Because once if we can still get everything built, then when I do get OBS working with the build, then we can start actually walking around in the game and do the other things that we need to do, which we can't do right now because I can't play the game. All I can do is build it out and start doing that. But we are getting to the point here where we actually have to start moving around the game and doing stuff and all that. And I am working on other tutorials, which will change a lot of this stuff. But that's okay because we want to learn as we're going. We want to learn new things and all that. I had never, for those of you that are new, I had never used Game Maker Studio at all before last Monday, or rather before last Saturday, because I did a quick 4 video tutorial of Game Maker. Now there's a much larger one that I'll start watching soon here. Is it crashing OBS or will it just not capture? It crashes OBS. What happens is it doesn't crash OBS like out. Yeah, but it stops you from being able to do anything in OBS. So like I can't change scenes. I can't I can't see the game itself, even though the game is running in the window. And it's now to the point to where it's just odd. So if I went up here and I said, okay, push the button just to build, if I do a run up here, which is an F5, OBS will lock up. And the only way I can get it to unlock is to exit OBS, which means all streaming stops. But I think streaming stops anyway when I open up the game engine. So I'm trying to figure out why. Now, I've asked several people and nobody can give me a reason why. I've updated all the drivers for everything, for my video card, for OBS, for Game Maker Studio. Everything's been updated. So I'm using got it. Going to YouTube Universe. I've never used Godot, so I will have to look at it. I've tried running both in admin mode. Yes, I have. It does not. It is not happy. It just doesn't like them. I don't know why. So, but I honestly think it's something to do with the video card. But I'm not. I have no proof of that because everything's up to date. And I'm told by Thor and I talked about it last week, and he goes, "No, it should be working." So there's no. I just don't know what's going on with it. But till then, yes, we're building this stuff out. It's silly. We're just basically building out all of our rooms, so we have we have all of our rooms kind of set here, close some of these things out so we can actually see the rooms. we have our rooms set. We have doors, all their doors set, so they can go in and out of them once we are moving around, which will give us a much better feel for the game itself. Um, so yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with it, with what we've been able to do. But we'll get it all functional. Yeah, so our restaurant, our kitchen, our supermarket, our stables. I'm wondering what happened. Yeah, see, that did the thing there too. Lost something in there. I screwed something up on the map. I'll fix it. Easy fix. Now, this is our carpenters. Apparently, all of our machinery is now missing. Our saws and stuff. So we did have them in there. Put away. Okay, tired of admin mode. Yes, same. Here's a Viking soda for the shared pain. You'll get through it eventually. Yeah, you will. Oh, good. Things are good. Just frustrated at the moment because I can't share a build, but I'm learning new things. Like I'm learning to make new instances and new tiled layers, which can really work really good with alpha stuff, which I think can bring a lot of. We can put a lot of decoration throughout our levels and stuff. And I think that will help us. But we need to be able to play through the game, and it is not letting us. So we do have Grandpa's. This is Grandpa's house, the very first the first room we built, the first room I built. It seems to work, but with the new things that I'm doing, it's probably there's probably a better way to set it up. Here's Grandpa's forest with the family well. Yeah, turn all these things off. Yeah, and then all of the transporters are in. Is that where's my transporter for there? Okay, maybe that one's not in. But I did a test here to see about the separate tile set. So I wanted to be able to say, okay, well, could I put these trees anywhere? And pretty much, yeah, you can. It's kind of cool. So, and the reason those were black is because the second tile set was underneath. But now, oh, well, okay, I'm wrong. If I put the walls up, that tile set on top, nope, just not going to work. It's just saying no. Ah, because that is on the separate tile set. That's why. Okay, well, that'll be different anyway because that will be a building objects. I think will be on a separate level. So we are getting there. Two more buildings. We have four more buildings to go. That means that hopefully Monday. Yeah, hopefully Monday I'll be able to have it to where it's playable. If nothing else, maybe I can. Hopefully I can get it to save a build, which is another problem I'm having. But I think that's a financial issue, not a computer issue. But if we can get a build made, then I can probably just play that build. And we can play it. We'll probably do this: is we'll get a build made, and then at the beginning of every game dev time, we will. So each place is an instant, not a room. No, no. Let me go back to here. Let me show you what I'm doing. It's not that it's a. All of this is a room. So like this, our village area, the whole thing is technically a room. It's the room called village. So if we come over here and we have our room village, which is right here, that you can't see because it's behind my head. Uh, silly. So let me close this. Okay. So here's the village. And the village is a room. Now in the room, we have our base tile set. So if we come over here, we have our background, which I don't have anything on the background right now. That's something I think we're going to get to when we get to mining, to the mine, and what we're going to do with the mine. But here's our basic background. Our first tile set, let's take everything off here. Let's turn everything off. So here's our basic background, our world, whatever. Then we have our first tile set, which is, this is just our basic background, with our roads, all that stuff. This is how I have it set up right now. Then we have our second tile set, which is right now is our buildings in the artwork for our buildings, because that's going to be standalone buildings. I don't think making them objects is a good idea, because I did make them objects in the first, when we first ran through, but I thought that making them a second layer set would be a good way to do it. Those are just the tile sets. Now, when we start to talk about the instances, that is like a whole nother thing. So we have our instances, which are our objects and things like that. Like the tree is an object. All the trees are objects. So we might move them. When we get our tile set completely built out, we'll plan for our shrubberies and all that stuff, and maybe put them in tile set 2. Thank you for the description. Online Odys? Online. I can't see it very well. So what I want to do is eventually, because there's objects in here now, like the trees and stuff like that, we'll probably make it a completely separate thing. So, and then we also have all of our warps in here. I would probably put them in the second instance. So all of we have our base stuff, our interactive stuff in instance 1, or the first instance. In the second instance, we have all of our walls, all that kind of stuff. So what we'll do is, like, if we're in the second instance now, we would go in and say, okay, well, we need walls for certain things. So if we go to our objects and we go to our object wall, we would go in and outline these things so that you can't walk through them. We can just do the whole thing like that type thing, that way our character can't walk through the walls and stuff like that. But we would do something like that on this one, so we can turn them on and off when we're working on stuff. Have you tried setting your computer power plan to high performance? There is a compatibility mode as well, which I've never seen work, but it'd be worth a shot. I'll check it out. I'll try it. Yeah, so we could go on this instance here, and we could even name it. We'll say, let's see, rename layer. We'll call it collision. So now we know that that is our collision. So that's all the collision for the room. So we can go here and go, okay, we want this one here. So we could put all of our buildings collision on that, so that if we ever have a problem and the collision isn't working, we could look at just the collision maps. Because that's the way I'm looking at this. So it's actually, to me, it's a pretty cool thing. And what I'm hoping for, we have ads in 2 minutes. Okay. What I'm hoping for is when we get to the mines, we can load a background. In the background, we can load an image. I'm hoping. I'm not sure if it's going to let us, but it might be interesting if we can load an image in the background, because then we can take anything we've drawn, scan it in. Suniki, thank you very much for the follow, I believe it was. And thank you, One Line Oats for the sub. Sorry, my brain is in 1,000 places. So yeah, so we'll talk about, we'll figure out what the proper layering will be. And what I was trying to say is if we turn all this off, everything else off, I'm hoping that with this background layer, I can load an image into it. It doesn't seem to do anything when I say open editor, but my theory is that somewhere I can load an image into the background and then use that as a roadmap to draw things into the thing. But we will see. I might have to make the map into a. Maybe I have to make the map into a sprite and then just use it as a background. But there doesn't seem to be a. Even when I say open editor, it doesn't do anything. I think it just means this thing. Yeah, room editor. What happens if we do? Yeah, there's a learning curve there, and we're in ads. I need to shut the hell up. Talked through enough ads already. Can I put this in the background? Interesting theory. You can play with it. Well, let's try this. Ads on background music. No, we had to kill that. Main camera. No. Main camera back up. Hi, I'm still here. Say add window capture. Say that. This below everything, maybe. Interesting. So technically, we can hide what we're doing behind that if we're doing a single window. And I can take me out, take this guy out. We can take the ad zombie and make him smaller. You guys could see more things. The zombie, there he is. Bring him down here like this. It's not going to be perfect, and I don't think you guys can hear me though, which is going to be a problem, but it is a starting point. And it's not going to work out great. Okay. Oh, you can hear me. When the ads are on, you can hear me? I did not know that. I thought it took everything away. Okay, so we can do something like that. Yeah, that seemed to work. Okay. Alrighty then. We have a plan going forward. I'm gonna go to the ad zombie, but we're not in ads. Those of us that don't have ads, we can still hear you. Some users don't get ads and others get full ads. Okay? But if we do something like that, then at least when we're in design mode, we're not completely losing the momentum of what we're doing. To make this a little smaller so it's like to be able to. Okay, at least that is. It might be a little disruptive, but okay, is that a new follow or an old follow? I don't know. Thank you for the follow. I cannot read who put it up there at the moment. Sorry. Back to the design room. So, if I took the Game Maker window from here, I went to the ad zombie room and put that one in instead, and brought it down here, and deleted that one, then it won't be as disruptive. What I mean by disruptive is this: is if it switches between the design room and here, it will remain the same size, so that it doesn't jump. But here's where the problem comes in: the ad zombie that'll work when we're in this, but not when we're in regular ad zombie mode. So yeah, okay. I think it depends on my location. Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Lucky enough to have. I don't get ads from the channel. Okay. Let those consumers in the U.S. have their ads. The rest of us don't want them. Okay. I don't even have it drawn in game. I'm so far behind. That's okay. Don't worry about having it drawn in game. Yeah. Have a piece of paper. Draw your stuff on that. I mean, if you put a lot of your ideas on paper first, it gives your mind, gives you the ability to let that piece go. I'm sorry, I'm in zombie mode. I shouldn't be in zombie mode. It gives the ability to say it's done. This is one of the things about the post-it notes that really, really helps. Is if you put something on the post-it note and you put it on the wall, for some reason your brain considers it not done, but not an issue anymore because you've identified it and you've put it up on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, cool. You haven't drawn on grass paper. Why are you still worried about them? Do those things. Put things on sticky notes. Put them on all kinds of stuff. Have a central place where you keep them all, and your brain will start to go, okay, we have that. Now what? What's next? What else do we need? It won't just completely focus on that all the time because it's like, oh, I have to do that. I have to do that. It doesn't even have to be a perfect sketch. It just has to be, this is what I want to do, blah, 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 blah. Put it on paper. Yeah. Are you working with someone for the game jam? Oh, you're talking to him. Sorry. Yeah, I have drawn graph paper. And have you decided if you're rolling with 2D or 3D? No. Sometimes I shrink the players and show the ad screen for the screen. Yeah, the problem is I can't see on my side whether it's a banner ad or whether it's a full screen ad. So there's not a whole lot I can do with that. Maybe I should just give myself a fake Twitch account that I can keep up to the side so I can see what ads are playing. But I think it's different in every region anyway. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. And it's even more different in YouTube. So, okay, so let's, we got the 2 rooms today. Let's close this up and save. Now, what I'm going to do starting this weekend is go through that one big tutorial for this thing and start that, as well as get the playable, because the playable has to work no matter what. So I'll find a solution for that, and then it'll be happy campus again. And that way, I'm just not sitting here spinning my wheels, which is what I feel like. I feel like we're going so slow. And it's all on me to fix that, and I will fix that. We will be closing this now.